Okay, I actually forgot something, which is very important. You know, I'm talking about this stuff, strontium barium niobate, being used as a 3D imagery, what do you call it, base or element or substance used for that, specifically that. But also something about strontium and crystalline composition have a memory ability to it, and that is quite significant if you want to emulate something on the sky. And as you say this coming up here, now listen very carefully to what he says. I don't think he is saying it directly, but listen very carefully what he says right here.
But you can also influence what happens locally with the atmosphere by painting the materials that these aerosols are made of with different kinds of radio frequency or RF energy, radar, microwave, the HARP system.
You know, HARP is
So there you got it. Let's hear what he says here.
an array, a field of antennas, radio frequency antennas. They're 72 feet tall, and they have a cross dipole across the top that's about 60 feet in each direction. 180 of these are in the array today, so you can imagine this field of antennas. What happens is by firing each one, they produce radio frequency energy that normally comes off of an antenna, spreads out rather rapidly. Same principle. Principles in physics would be like a flashlight shining on a wall. You start with a narrow beam, and by the time you hit the wall, you've got a wide beam. The idea...
And the white beam, that's what I'm talking about with our universe. When you are looking at the stars, right, they tell us they're millions of light years away from us and we can see them, right? He's just explaining the exact same thing here. Here they're trying to narrow the beam, but light spreads out because light is a frequency, okay? Everything is a frequency. Our universe is electric. So if this star like this one is 100 million light years away, this is our sun, but let's just pretend it's, well, Capella, whatever. Just some star out there. You would not see the light from that because the light would have spread out so much. And even more over that long distance. So our stars must be closer. Much, much closer than we've been told and led to believe. Our universe is not what they say it is. It's very different from what you know.
With HARP is to get it to focus or concentrate that radio frequency energy so it doesn't spread out, so you can hold it tighter together and then manipulate it in very specific ways. Weather control is a broad...
See, they keep using the term weather control. Maybe that is reality, not what it is. Maybe this is a natural consequence of what they're doing. Because these materials are conductive. They are reactive to what energies there are in the atmosphere. Absolutely. They're conductive. And as I just said, our universe is electric. Everything is electric. So of course it has an influence. We are putting metals up there. So yeah, it might produce some, some storms, which is, maybe they are ill-intended, maybe they're not, I don't know. But I think the main part is to fool us all with a 3D hologram. And now watch this little movie here. We've got time enough. Water has memory, like strontium, right? Not one drop of water is alike.
To what extent is water capable of picking up information? What does it perceive? And how does it remember it over time?
The Aerospace Institute in Stuttgart has discovered a relatively simple way of making the structure of a drop of water visible. The researchers have had their efforts rewarded by insights into a very beautiful world. Each drop has a face of its own, unmistakable and unique. Why are the individual drops so different from one another?
You see, that's what he says right there. The water is taken from the same cup of water. from the ocean or coming out of the tap. And not one drop, as you saw, is equal.
We got a lot of people to come to a lecture hall here at the Institute, gave them all the same water, had them make drops at exactly the same time, collected all the drops, and then discovered that each individual produced different images from the same water. And here you can see the results. Here on the right you can see that the images of the individual students are different, but those made by a given student are all quite similar. This is the work of the first experimenter, this one here is from the second, this is from the third, and this from the fourth. Individually they can quite easily be reproduced, but you would never have thought that they were all from the same water, because when you compare the images from the different people, you see some big differences. Then we undertook experiments to find out whether things changed when we put something into the water. A real flower was placed in the water. A while later we took a drop of water, and here you can see one of the pictures. And you can see it in this picture. It's the typical image you get when you put a flower into water. You could recognize the flower in every single drop in this glass, of course. That can be reproduced and has significance. And if you were to put a different flower in here, for example, a Sweet William flower, then all the drops of this water would look like Sweet William.
Do you get the point now? So Mark McCandless, who is a classified military expert, have worked on these projects that has to do with chemtrails. He's saying that to you, painting an image in the sky with a particular frequency, painting material. They are putting material in the sky. They're putting a TV screen in the sky. Strontium barium niobate is used in 3D holographs. It is also used in your TV screen from the old-fashioned TVs. So there's your proof. And water has memory. So if you are exposing water to a flower as this, that water all through the water will represent that flower, meaning all the water in the water, every molecule is recording the existence of this flower. That's significance that water has intelligence like that. That's just it's just mind-boggling. Well, God's spirit descended upon the waters back in the Genesis, so that might be why, why water have these unique properties. But barium have these properties too, and especially strontium, which also have a photographic memory into it by nature. It's not something that they are manipulating the materials to become. It's just there, like water has a memory. It's just there, and you can't explain it. So, if these technicians or these scientists, which is working with this 3D holographic imagery emulation on our sky, and we know that they have been doing this for a very long time now, right? Very long time. We're talking over 20 years of research in this field. And I can assure you they know a lot now. And I think they're very capable now. And I think they're going to fool us very soon. And most of us will be fooled. Unfortunately, But that's the truth of it. So here's your proof. If you want to show something which is not really there, that is possible through a hologram. But it's also possible to take something out which is present. I just showed you that with the spectrograph, that's possible. So there's your answer. I freaking demand of all of you that you keep your eyes on that sky. No matter if it's rain, snow, overcast, sunny, or hot, or cold, keep your eyes peeled to that sky at all times when you're out. As soon as you have a chance to look up, look up. Keep looking up. Please do that. Okay? Because that's where everything is going to take place. It's all about heaven. It's not about what's going on down here. This is just distraction. We should look up and long to get home. Why would you want to be on this weird planet It's beautiful, yeah, but look at people. My goodness. Can we just have a reset? Because I don't like what's going on anymore. So why are we so keen on hanging on to this more or less filthy place, when in reality we belong somewhere else, and we are actually able to go home, you know? So what's to be afraid of? You know, dying is not the end, right? So keep your eyes on that sky. No matter what you see up there, just keep your eyes on that sky. See anything? Say something. That's a female expression, right? See something? Say something. Report it. Take a picture of it. Don't matter. But let's be nice to each other, because fact is, they are up to some very big stuff now, and they're gonna mess you up. You know, they're gonna really mess you up psychologically with this stuff. And maybe they're already doing it. I think they are. You know, it don't seem like there's a lot of people, especially in good old America, that kind of seem concerned with what's going on. It's like they're completely indifferent to that everything America is being taken apart with this presidency right now. Bush was bad, of course he was. Clinton was bad, yeah he was. And the other Bush was bad, yes he was. But this one, this is a little different. This is the complete dismantling of your good old America. And no one seems to care except bicyclists, motorcyclists. That's what I meant, the 2 million bicycles. Not motorcycles in DC, right? And now truckers are going there. But what about the rest? Are you afraid of getting out of your comfort zone? Are you afraid to leave your football game or your American Idol? Are you afraid to lose your house if you go out and stand up? Well, let me have some news for you. You're going to lose your house anyway. Because one day when they carry in the martial law in this country, you don't any longer have any rights to your property. And in the first place, you don't even have those rights. Your property is belonging to the Royal British House. You think because you have a deed on the land, you own it? No, you don't. So what are you so afraid of? Why are you so complacent? Why are you so indifferent? I don't understand it. It must be mind control. Something is going on with these frequencies that keeps everybody staring at the pavement and not looking at the sky and longing to get home. And that's what I see. And that's very sad. Right now, they have the upper hand. And they have a very good upper hand. They have a royal straight flush. They only got one color wrong. Right? And that's why they will fail, because they got an error. And we got determination in the end to turn this around. But now you got it. This is what I truly believe is going on. And this is what is coming. And is something which is coming in the correlation of the coming World War III. So watch for it. Keep your eyes on that sky. Stop wandering around and bitch at each other and report about some car that fell over a cliff. Keep your eyes on what is really significant. Because this pertains to the entire planet and not just to a single person. And I will say it's pretty selfish not to speak up when you are in the know. And you do know. You have a duty to speak. God bless you.